and as you all know, today we play at Stamford Bridge against Manchester United, where with all intents and purposes it's probably the biggest game of the season. Maybe Spurs is slightly bigger because of what it means to us, but you know what we're saying, when Manchester United come to town, it's a big game. And obviously coming back from Rome and reading all the stuff that's been on social media, especially social media, I felt there's been a bit of an overreaction, to tell you the truth. Okay, that scoreline wasn't great, we know it wasn't great, but I didn't think we played too bad. There were a few things, of course, that spring to mind, and without a shadow of doubt, we're missing Conte. We all know that. In fact, since he's been out of the side, we haven't looked the same. Back three's chopped and changed, and I think the cornerstone of why we were so dominant last season was our defensive situation. We was always very, very solid, really resolute at the back, and we didn't give anything away. And you could pretty much name our back five, if you like, including the wing backs, you know, game in, game out. Now, regarding today, I'm sort of reading that Gary Cahill is likely to start, and it wouldn't surprise me if that's the case. Me personally, I'd go for Thibaut Courtois in goal. I'd have a back three of Antonio Rudiger, David Luiz in the centre, and of course Cesar Azpilicueta as part of that three. And my wing backs wouldn't be Azpilicueta, it'd be Zappacosta and Marcos Alonso. And central holding mid, it would be certainly not Bakayoko and Cesc Fabregas, because it just ain't happening. It just don't work at all. They're both too offensive in terms of the way they approach the game. And if N'Golo Kante's back, I suppose there's an argument where you could play Danny Drinkwater. You know, be very pragmatic, very sort of maybe a little bit more solid. But I think Bakayoko will be the preferred option. And I think wide mid stroke attack, Eden Hazard on the left and Pedro on the right. I think he's just ahead of Willian in terms of the pecking order, and a Varela MORATA up front for us, as opposed to Michy Batshuayi. Now, this game's got all the ingredients to be absolutely spectacular, but we all know Jose, don't we? Let's be honest. We know the way in which he approached the game at Liverpool, at Anfield, and it was a complete and utter, just a boring game where everyone was tucked in and there was hardly any chances, and he got what he set out to achieve, and that was a draw. But of course this game, I think a lot will be hanging on the fact that this is the game after Manchester City play against Arsenal. Now, I'm expecting City, although they've had a tough game in midweek, for them to beat Arsenal and therefore put a lot of pressure on both sides, United and Chelsea. So therefore, a win becomes more of a situation when we both require it. A draw wouldn't be good enough, but for that reason, I think it'll still be a draw. Now, a lot's been said, you know, because of the way we're playing right now, we're all out of sorts, and that United are in good form, good nick, etc. But I think it's all on who scores first. I think if we score first, there's more of a chance of us A, winning, or B, getting that draw. But if United go one up, or perish the thought, two up, I think it's going to be really, really difficult, because we all know Jose. Now, this game's really, really interesting for lots and lots of reasons. Let's look at the strikers. Varela MORATA, it was noted that that was Manchester United's first choice, and of course we all know what happened. He ended up at our place, and I'm very, very happy with that, don't get me wrong. But Romelu Lukaku was reportedly our first choice, and he ended up at Old Trafford. And then of course you got the Nemanja Matic scenario. What sort of reception will he get? There'll be the comparisons between Matic and Bakayoko for sure. But let's not forget that we bought Bakayoko to replace Matic rather. What sort of reception will he get? Albeit that I don't think he's fit to play. And then there's the managers, of course. A lot's been said. Obviously, we remember that Jose wasn't happy with the way Antonio Conte celebrated and the way we smashed them last season at the Bridge. And a lot's been said, you know, and it all seems to be coming out of Jose Mourinho's mouth. But what sort of reception is he going to get from us? I don't think it's going to be too great. But again, what sort of reception is he going to get from his own crowd? Because he's been very critical of the Manchester United supporters, and I noticed that they had an opportunity to meet with one another, the United supporters, one of the supporters groups, and Jose himself, and he declined the offer. So I don't think all's rosy in the garden there for sure. And of course we all know Jose Mourinho. We know he's a 3-year man, and he's already putting out his feelings, if you like. It wouldn't surprise us all, I guess, to see within 12 to 18 months time that he'll be the manager of Paris Saint-Germain. We know what he's all about, don't we, guys? Because we've had 2 spells of him for sure. I'm really looking forward to this game, guys. I'm still hardly recovered, fair enough, from the midweek shenanigans, because no sooner had I touched down, I got a bit of sleep, and then the next day I was back to work, etc. And it's just continuous, isn't it? You know. So I haven't recovered greatly, but so for that reason I'm pleased it's a later kick-off, so I can get on the train in the next hour and get to Stamford Bridge. And what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and do a review after the game and put it up on the channel, fingers crossed, because Mo won't actually be at the game. He's not well. He wasn't really well in the few days leading up to Rome, but when he come back, he got worse, like, you know. So there you go, guys. What do you think the score's going to be? I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw, and that result's not going to do either of us any good. As far as finishing the top 4 is concerned, it's a great result, but in terms of if we've got any aspirations of winning the title and catching this incredible start that Manchester City have had, it's no good to either of us. So. But it's going to be a great atmosphere, I'm sure, and really looking forward to it. And I'll speak to you all after the game, and look out for some stuff going out on Facebook, etc., content, etc. there. So keep the blue flag flying high, guys, and I'll speak to you soon. Come on, Chelsea.
Thank you for watching this video, guys. Like I said, and we are always going to be trying to do these types of videos for you guys. If you liked this video and you enjoyed it, please make sure that you leave a like on this video. So please click on that thumbs up button, and if you could also do us a favor, we are on all social media as well. Those will be in the description below. Please go actually follow us or like them, and it just enables us to be able to interact with you guys as the fans as well. And it'd be great also if you could just comment below. What do you think the scoreline is going to be? What do you expect the lineup to be? We'd love to hear from you guys. Take care. Peace out, guys.